Welcome in here, everybody, to the Huntsville Athletic Center. We're bringing you another Crossroads League matchup here between the 5-3 receiving votes Huntington Foresters taking on the number 13 ranked team in NAIA, the 9-0 St. Francis Cougars. Thank you so much for joining us here on the St. Francis Cougars Network as we get set to begin our contest here tonight. We'll have a doubleheader here for you. First, let's go ahead and take a look here at these two squads. First, for the Huntington Foresters, as I mentioned, they come into this one 5-3 on the season, 1-1 in conference play. Our receiving votes to be in the top 25 pulled their under 30-year head coach in Darby Maggard, who is 30-36 in her 3 years at the school. Leading the way here for the Foresters is going to be number 32, and Gabi Melby, the senior guard out of Naperville, Illinois, averaging 18 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, and 5.8 assists per game. So does a lot of the damage here for Huntington, as well as the sophomore guard at number 1, Bailey Kellum, out of Garrett High School, averaging 16.5 points per game. And Liv Arabi, the 6'1 sophomore center, will be a key presence down low, averaging 13 points per game and 8 rebounds per game here for the Foresters. Taking a look here at their schedule so far this year, opened the season with a loss of 76-60 against Indiana Tech, and then went on to pick up 3 straight wins with wins against Rochester, Cumberland, Kentucky, and Cumberland, Tennessee. Then took a 92-80 loss to IU Northwest, bounced back with a 106-43 win against Defiance, and most recently coming off a loss to Indiana Wesleyan 81-79, and then picking up a win against Bethel 67-59 in their last outing. This is their first road game since their home opener at since their opener at Indiana Tech on October 24th. So head coach Darby Maggard making their first appearance on the road for the first time in over a month. So we'll see how they do here as they get set to take on the home squad, the number 13th ranked St. Francis Cougars, coming into this one 9-0 on the season. Head coach Jeremy Henney in his 3rd year with the program, coming off back-to-back wins with a win against Taylor 88-57. Callie Gregory, the freshman, put in 31 points along with 4 assists. Cassidy Crawford with 16 points and 7 rebounds as well for St. Francis. Then most recently coming off a 83-67 win at Goshen, where Cassidy Crawford led the way with 21 points and 4 rebounds. Callie Gregory pitched in 20 points and 6 assists as well. And Isabella Gizzi with 12 points. She was 4 of 5 from beyond the arc for the Cougars in their win against Goshen. Taking a look here at the team leaders for St. Francis here this year, Chloe McKnight and Cassidy Crawford both averaging 14 points per game on the season, along with Chloe McKnight and Cassidy Crawford both leading the way in rebounds per game with 7 each. Assists per game is led by the freshman in Callie Gregory, who has 4 assists per game here on the year. So we are getting set here for tip-off as both teams are standing, and we will get the national anthem hit starting on us here momentarily. So we'll turn it on over here to our PA announcer. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
Please
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting lineups in the books here from the Huntsville Athletic Center. Getting set for tip-off. It will be the Forsters in the all-black unis with the green and white trim. It'll be number 1, Bailey Kellum. Number 21, Kendall Yokeem. Number 24, Annika Nelson. Number 32, Ngabi Melby. And number 44, Liv Raby. For the St. Francis Cougars, they will rock the all-whites with the black and blue trim. Isabella Gizzi, Cassidy Crawford, Callie Gregory, Chloe McKnight, and Julia Mansella getting the start here for the Cougars. It will be Annika Nelson and Cassidy Crawford in the middle as we get set to tip off things here for our doubleheader from the Huntsville Athletic Center. And we are set and underway here from the hut as St. Francis wins the tip. They will have possession here to start it. It'll be the freshman point guard and Callie Gregory. Now it's going to be Crawford here early with it, looking to attack, and a foul is called early into this one. And it will be on the Forsters as number 1, and Bailey Kellum will pick up the foul. It's going to be her first, team's first, just 13 seconds here in a 2R contest. Inbound underneath will come here from Gregory for the Cougs. Out to McKnight. She'll launch a 3. Couldn't get it to fall, rolled in and out. And the board comes down now here for the Forsters. Looking to quickly go the other way. Melby off to Nelson. Oh, they're going to call a foul before the travel there on St. Francis. So Cassidy Crawford going to pick up the foul here for the Cougs. That'll be her first, team's first. And so it'll be an inbound underneath here for Huntington. As Kellum set to inbound. Gets it in now to Nelson. Back to Kellum here near side corner. And travel is going to be called. Possession will go back to the Cougars here with 9:33 left to go in our first quarter of action. So Callie Gregory will bring the basketball up ahead here for St. Francis. She'll have it here at the top of the key. Skips far side now to Mansella. Mansella looking to drive here on Nelson. Double team brought on Mansella. Kicks out here near side. Triple on the way. It is no good from Gregory. Board is loose. And it's going to be last touched by St. Francis. They'll call it off of Crawford. But looking from here, top above, looked like that one was last off Kellum. But we will play on. And so it will be Huntington with the basketball here as the shot clock did not start. And so we'll get an inbound across the way here for the Forsters. My clock did not stop either, so we'll match it up as soon as we get rolling. Melby, with it here near side. Yokeem had it loose on the deck, and the Cougars come away with it. As Gizzy going to look to push the floor. She'll go up top. Mansella with it. Travel is going to be called, and possession will go back to Huntington here with 8:54 left to go here in quarter number 1. So Nelson will inbound here for the Forsters. As Melby will have it here up top. Raby back up top now here to Kellum. With it at the top of the key. She'll go inside here to Raby. She'll go up and she gets the score. First points of the game comes in minute and a half here into this one. And it is Raby who gets the score for Huntington. Now Gregory will go far side. McKnight now back up top here to Mansella. Gregory back with it here near side for St. Francis. McKnight going to look to drive, and we are going to get a whistle. And a foul is going to be called on Huntington. Gabby Melby will pick up the foul. It's going to be her first, team second. And so an inbound will come here for St. Francis. As Gregory will have it at the top of the key. She'll move it to that far side. Looking for a dish down low to Crawford and set up top. McKnight launches the 3 and hits it. And St. Francis out to a 1-point lead. Melby will bring it up ahead here for Huntington. With it at the top of the key. Goes inside, Raby back to Melby. She'll get a screen there from her. Moves it to that far side, now out to Nelson. Here near side, wing triple, no good. And it's going to come down to Mansella. Now Gregory will push the floor here for St. Francis. With it here on this near side. Down to the top of the key, she'll come back to the near. And an offensive foul is going to be called on St. Francis. Callie Gregory will pick up the foul. It's going to be her first. Team second. And so we'll get an inbound here for the Forsters. With 7:33 left to go here in our first. Nelson will have it. Now up top here to Joachim. Joachim with the jump stop. Kicks here near side. Now Melby here with it. As she gets a screen from Raby. Trying to go back to Joachim here near side. It's knocked out of bounds. Last off of Gregory. And possession will stay on this end of the floor. As we'll get an inbound here near side for Huntington. As Joachim set to inbound here for the Forsters. Gets it in here to Kellum. Kellum back to Joachim. Shot clock down to 5. Look to go cross court there to Nelson. And Cassidy Crawford comes away with it here for St. Francis. Looking for somewhere to go. Goes far side. Mansella now up top. As this is Gregory. Far side now here to McKnight. And we are going to get a whistle called down low. And it's going to be on Huntington. As Raby will pick up the foul. That's going to be her first. Team's third. And someone inbound will come underneath here for Gregory and the Cougars. As Gregory gets it in. Crawford looking to seal. She goes up around the defender and gets the score. Cassidy Crawford now with her first points of the night. And a 3-point lead here for St. Francis. Kellum with it here near side. She'll launch a three. Got it to roll. That one looked like it was going to get stuck at the top of the rim. And instead rolls home and ties it up here at 5-all. Gregory with it up top. Far side, McKnight, the triple, got it. Chloe McKnight drains another triple. That's her second of the game. And if she gets hot from beyond the arc, look out, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be in for a night. As Chloe McKnight, one of the top 3-point shooters here in the Crossroads League. Got another one of them here on the other end as Bailey Kellum with her second triple of the game. Another outstanding 3-point shooter as well here for Huntington. Ties it up here at 8-all. 5:50 left to go here in our first. Trying to go far side there to Gissy. And out of bounds possession will go back to the Forsters. Abby Stoddard going to check into the contest here for St. Francis as she replaces Julia Mansella. Liv Raby will check off, and in for her will be number 33 and Addie Schenk. Schenk, the freshman center out of Bishop Bluers High School here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. As Kellum, no, my goodness, Bailey Kellum, 3 straight triples for Huntington, heating up from beyond the arc. Now 9 points here for the sophomore, reigning Crossroads League freshman player of the year. But on the other end, St. Francis gets the score. As Cassidy Crawford will go to the line to shoot one here for the Cougars. Foul's going to be called on Kellum. That's her second. And so she checks off after hitting 3 straight triples. And she'll be replaced now here by number 2. And Kendra Sheets, the freshman guard out of Columbia City, Indiana. As Cassidy Crawford hits on the free throw. Ties it up here at 11-all. Melby will now go all the way far side here. Nelson looking to drive baseline. Cut off by Crawford. Able to get it off here to Schenk. Schenk with a nice move there. Couldn't get it to fall, but a foul is going to be called. 5:05 left to go here in our first. Foul is going to be called on number 30. And Abby Stoddard, that's going to be her first, team's third. And so this will send the freshman out of Bishop Lewis High School. And Addie Schenk to the free throw line. 6-footer hits the first. Schenk comes into this one, a 72% free throw shooter on the year, averaging 4 points per game here for the Forsters. Hits them both and makes it a 2-point lead here for Huntington. Gregory will now have it here for St. Francis on this near side. Get a screen there from Stoddard. Goes up top. Now here to Crawford. Off the screen from McKnight. Crawford picks up her dribble. Nicely done. Holding the strength. She goes up and gets the score. Now it's Huntington the other way here with it. As Melby able to get it off here to Shink. Far side, now Nelson. She'll launch a three, couldn't get it to fall, and started with a nice board there for St. Francis. She'll look to now push the floor with it on the far side wing here for the Cougs. Now gonna look to drive down low. We'll get it out here to McKnight. McKnight back to Stoddard here near side. Stoddard with it, picks up her dribble, now goes up top here to Crawford. Shot clock now down to single digits. As Crawford will drive, and a foul is going to be called on Nelson. A little bit of a late whistle there on that one. And Annika Nelson will pick up the foul. That's going to send St. Francis into the bonus. And we are going to get a timeout on the floor. We will step away here momentarily. Knotted up at 13 all. 4 minutes left to go here in our first quarter. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center, Cassidy Crawford to the free throw line here for St. Francis as the foul is called on Nelson. So Crawford at the line to shoot two. Hits there on the first free throw. Cassidy Crawford, a graduate player here for St. Francis. The 6-foot forward out of Tipton, Indiana. Missed all of last year due to a shoulder injury. And now comes in to this contest with 9 points here for St. Francis. And so she will take a well-deserved rest as Ali Madden will check in here for her. Shink with it up top. Offensive foul. It's going to be called on the Foresters as number 21 and Kendall Yoakim will pick up the foul. That's going to be her first, team sixth. And so we will get an inbound here for St. Francis as Gregory will bring it up ahead here for the Cougars. With it at the top of the key. Goes far side. Now here to Gizzy. Gregory back with it. Madden and Shank battling down low. As Gregory, the drive to the cup, couldn't get it to fall. And the board comes down now here for Melby. Quick to the other way. With it up top. Moving here to this near side. Now far side here to Nelson. Nelson. Well, baby jumper, couldn't get it to fall. Board is battled for, and St. Francis comes away with it. As Gregory will now have it here on this near side wing for St. Francis. Gets a screen there from Stoddard. Now back here near side into the hands of McKnight. McKnight looking for the post up down low to Stoddard. Nicely done defensively there by Shink for Huntington. Now Gizzy out to McKnight. Shot clock now down to 10. McKnight looking for somewhere to go, trying to find a big. Instead, throws it here to this near side. And miscommunication on the pass between her and Gizzy. And so possession will go back to Huntington here with 2:55 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Now the Foresters will have it here up top. Melby skips here near side. Now in the corner. We'll get it back here to Shink. Madden trying to dig for it, and Shink goes around the defender and gets the score. 15 all. 2:30 left to go here in our first. Gregory with it up top. Skips far side. Now here into the hands of Gizzy. Gizzy back far side. Here to Gregory. Now back here on the near. McKnight She'll launch a three. Couldn't get it to fall, and the board comes down now here for Nelson. Quick the other way. Melby gets around the defender. Couldn't get it to fall, and Gregory will take it quickly the other way. Odd man rush. McKnight jump stops, puts it on the deck. Stoddard goes up and gets the score. And we are going to get a timeout called here by St. Francis. Samia Stout and Taylor Fordyce set to check on here for the Cougs. And we will take a short one with them. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back to the live action here from the Huntsville Athletic Center. As Samia Stout and Taylor Fordyce check on here for the Cougs. They force the turnover here early for St. Francis. As Fordyce off now to Stout. She'll get it off here to Madden with it at the free throw line. Tried to go over the top there to Stoddard. And it's taken away here by Schenk. Now on this near side, this is Melby here with it who gets the screen. Around it. Kicks here near side. Nelson left open. The three ball. Got it. Hanukkah Nelson drains the three. Makes it a 1 point lead here for Huntington. As Stout will go the other way here with it for St. Francis. Skips here near side. Now to Fordyce. Stoddard knocked down low. And Fordyce will bring it out. Now Stoddard goes down low. Madden up strong, couldn't get it to fall. Board comes down now here for Nelson. And quickly the other way, it'll be Melby here with it on this near side. The spin, able to maintain her dribble, dishes it down low. Nice ball movement there by the Forsters. And Addie Schenk goes up and gets the score. Now a 3 point lead here for Huntington. 40 seconds left to go here in our first quarter of action. Fordyce now on top, Stoddard over the top. And oh, nice defense there, sneaking underneath. Melby was able to poke it away, coming off the baseline. Up ahead, Schenk goes up and gets the score. And Melby to Schenk for back-to-back buckets here for Huntington. And they're out now to a 5 point lead. Fordyce will have it now on the far side here for St. Francis. Clock now down to 10. Fordyce will get a screen from Madden. Will come to this near side. Fordyce off glass. Nice touch on it, and she gets the bucket. And that is going to be the end of our first quarter. It's Huntington going on a little bit of a run. They lead it 22-19 here at the end of one. We will take a break. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. (22-19) lead here for Huntington as we get set to begin our second quarter of action. It will be an inbound here for the Foresters. As Rateby back on here for the Foresters. Number 30, And Tegan Akers on as well. As Nelson had it knocked away. Stout picks up her dribble and choking it up ahead. Now here to Cassidy Crawford, who is back on as well here for St. Francis. Gregory, the dish. Now Crawford with it at the free throw line. Fakes a handoff there to Mansella. She goes up, couldn't get it to fall. And Akers now going to take it the other way here for Huntington. Near side, getting the defender to jump. Sheets picks up her dribble. Will now kick back here to the near. As Akers back off here to Sheets. The dish down low. Raby here with it. Looking to go up on Crawford. Skips here near side. Melby will launch a three. Got it. Gabi Melby with the triple. She picks up her first points of the game. Quickly the other way. The freshman and Stout couldn't get it to fall, but an offensive foul is going to be called on the Cougars. As Stout will pick up the foul. It's going to be her first, team's first of the quarter. And so substitution here for St. Francis as Chloe McKnight will come on and replace Stout. And so it will be Huntington with the basketball. They are enjoying a 6-point lead here with 8:45 left to go in our second. Sheets with it here near side. Now off here to the hands of Melby. Goes all the way across court. Nelson goes baseline. Couldn't get it to fall. Partially blocked there by Crawford. And Mansella comes away with the turnover here for the Cougs. Up ahead, Gregory now to Gizzy. Back here near side, the triple on the way. It is no good there from Mansella. And a nice board down low there by Raby. Now Melby will have it on the far side here for Huntington. She'll look to drive down low. Kicks off here near side to Sheets. Now into the hands of Akers. They'll look down low. Nice find on the box out there. Liv Raby goes up and gets the score. 8-point lead here for Huntington. Getting a lot of their points here so far from the rim. Besides the three-pointers for Bailey Kellum, who is out early in foul trouble. Picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Gregory couldn't hit the triple on the other end. McKnight comes away with the board here for the Cougs. Dizzy far side. Gregory now the look down low. Here to Mansella. Double team brought. Able to get it off to McKnight. Nice back cut down low. And she goes up and gets the score. 6-point lead now here for Huntington. The ditch down low. Nice find there as Raby connects with Nelson for another bucket. Quickly the other way. Here come the Cougs. Up top to Crawford. Crawford now going to look to post up here on Raby. Nicely done. She spins and hangs and gets the bucket. Back in 4-3 goes. 6-point game. 7 minutes left to go here in our second. It's the Foresters with it up top. Melby now back here with it on this near side. We'll get a screen from Raby. Skips back to Nelson. The look down low. Offensive foul is going to be called on Raby. Good vision here by the official on this near side. And Raby will pick up her second foul. That'll be the team's first of the half. Of the quarter. And we'll get substitutions into the contest here for Huntington. Quite a few of them. As Addie Schenk checks back on here for Huntington. Number 23, Laura Valentin Maureen comes on as well. And Kiddo Joachim checks back in here for Huntington. McKnight will have it on the far side here for the Cougs. Gregory, nice dish down low and couldn't get it to fall there. Could Crawford. And now it'll be Huntington who will come the other way here with it. If St. Francis is going to want to get some buckets, they're going to want to get them now as the big for Huntington and Liv Raby out here with 2 fouls for Huntington. So St. Francis not looking at a big down low besides Addie Schenk, who matches a lot of the height here on the Cougars line. Schenk will have it. She'll drive down low and it's blocked there by Crawford. And now Cassidy Crawford going to look to push the other way here for St. Francis. Down 6. Crawford with it on the far side. Can't pick up, can't dribble it. She's got to find somewhere to go. And able to get it off up top now here to Callie Gregory. Far side now to Crawford. Skip all the way across court. McKnight launches a three and hits it. Chloe McKnight drains the three ball. And now down to a three-point game here with 5:20 left to go here in our second. Now it's Marine with it here on this near side. And it's poked away here by Gissy. Able to keep it in bounce. Mantilla up ahead. She goes up and gets the score. Isabella Gissy with the steal. Finds Mantilla up ahead and makes it a one-point game here with 5 minutes left to go in our second quarter of action. Sheets will now have it on the far side. Skip up top. Joachim now going to look to drive. Couldn't get it to fall. Nice hands-up defense played there by the Cougars. And they will go the other direction here with it. As Gregory looked to dish down low there. And Crawford was off balance. Out of bounds. And possession will go back to Huntington. We'll get substitutions here for the Cougars. As Taylor Fordyce will check on Abby Stunnard as well. But before that, we'll get a media timeout here with 4:36 left to go in our second. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center. Out of our media timeout, 4:36 left to go here in our second quarter of action. It's a one-point lead here for the Foresters as they will inbound. Melby will push it up ahead here for Huntington with it on this near side. Looking to spin here at the top of the key. Skips here on the near end, and we are going to get a second call down low there on Huntington. And so possession will go back to St. Francis. So Gregory will bring it up ahead here for the Cougs. Far side, now to McKnight, down low. Nice two-man game on the far side, and Callie Gregory gives the Cougars the lead. Schenk will have it here up top. Now off to Joachim. She'll launch a long three. Couldn't get it to fall. Mansilla comes away with the board. Now Gregory will look to push the floor with it here at the top of the key for St. Francis. Far side. Now here into the hands of McKnight. McKnight will dish off. Gregory over the top. Nice find to Mansilla. She goes up and gets the score. Nice ball movement there by St. Francis. Now out to a 4-point lead. We're checking 3-point lead here for the Cougs. Sheets will get it off up top. Now Joachim here with it back to Sheets. Joachim, the give off. Three ball here near side wing is no good. Nice box out by Shank. Couldn't get it to fall, but she'll head to the line and now to shoot a pair here for Huntington. Addie Shank having herself a ball game here so far. 8 points for the freshman. Returning back to her hometown here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Out of Bishop Lewis High School. 6-foot freshman will be at the line to shoot a pair. Comes into this contest averaging 72% from the stripe. Hits there on the first free throw. 3:17 left to go here in our second. Second one for Schenk is up and good as well. And so Addie Schenk hits double digits here for the Cougs. And now it'll be an inbound here for St. Francis. Gregory will go far side. Now here to McKnight. Knight will get off. Now here to Gregory over the top. Crawford goes up and gets the score. And now it'll be Huntington who will take it the other direction. As Schenk with it up top. Skips here near side, now to Sheets. Sheets driving through traffic, goes up and gets the score. 1 point game here at 2:35 left to go in our second. As Gregory, the freshman, looking to go to work down low. Couldn't get that to fall. And now it'll be Huntington who will take it the other way. The spin here on this near end from Melby, kicks out far side. Couldn't get it to fall there, could Sheets. And now it'll be St. Francis the other way here with it. As Gregory will have it at the top of the key here for the Cougars. Gregory will hand off far side. Now into the hands here of Fordyce. Up top. Drive down low here from Crawford. Picks up her dribble. Goes back out to Fordyce. She'll drive down low. Couldn't get it to fall. Schenk comes away with the board. Now quickly up ahead. This is Melby here with it. Has it poked away by Fordyce. Now Crawford gonna look to push up ahead. She'll drive through traffic. Couldn't get it to fall. Board comes down for St. Francis. Has McKnight with it. Goes far side and the clock reset here. And so that will give an opportunity for both teams to take a breather here real quick. And we'll get an inbound underneath here for St. Francis. As Gregory will inbound for the Cougars. Gregory will get it in here near side. Now to McKnight. Up top, here into the hands of Gregory. Back to Mansella, here near side. Looking to drive baseline. Travel is going to be called on Mansella. And possession will go back the other way. Isabella Gizzi will check on here for St. Francis. And Julia Mansella will come off for the Cougs. We'll get an inbound here for Huntington. As Melby will bring it up ahead here for the Foresters. Gets it across the half-court line. Now skips here to this near side. Joachim look down low here to Nelson. She spins, hangs, couldn't get it to fall. Fordyce comes away with the board here for St. Francis. And now Fordyce going to look to slow things down a little bit on the far side. As St. Francis enjoying a 1 point lead. Wants to get off a really good shot here before going into the halftime break. They'll hand off, now into Crawford. Shout here to Gregory with it at the top of the key. Back down low, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be a 3-second call on St. Francis, and so possession will go back to Huntington. There will be a 5-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock as the Foresters will have it at the top of the key. Joachim now with it on the far side. Gets it off up top. Here now to Melby. Looking to drive. Skips all the way across court. Nelson to look down low here to Schenk. Double team brought. Schenk goes up and gets the bucket on the double team. And now St. Francis will quickly go the other way here with it. As it'll be Gregory with it looking to drive at the buzzer. No good. And that is going to be the end of our first half. It'll be Huntington with a 1 point lead here over St. Francis at our halftime break. Thanks to the 12 points from the freshman and Addie Schenk. We will step away. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live at our halftime break, it's Huntington with a 35-34 lead over St. Francis. Let's go ahead and run down the first half stats here for you. First, for the Huntington Foresters, finished the first half, as I mentioned, with 35 points, shot 13 of 25 from the field, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc, and 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 7 turnovers in the first half for Huntington, and 12 total rebounds for the Foresters. Leading the way for Huntington was the freshman, number 33, Annie Shink, who finished the first half with 12 points. The sophomore, Bailey Kellum, with 9. Annika Nelson with 5. Olivia Raby with 4. Gabi Moby with 3. And Kendra Sheets with 2 for the Foresters. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, they shot 50% from the field, 14 of 28, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc, and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 8 turnovers in the first half, and St. Francis wins the rebounding battle 13-12. Leading the way for the Cougars was Cassidy Crawford, who finished the first half with 13 points. Chloe McKnight with 11, Julia Mansella with 4, Callie Gregory with 2, Taylor Fordyce with 2, and Abby Stoddard with 2 as well. A 1-point lead here for the Foresters. We will take a break and come back with the second half of action. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center as we get set to begin our third quarter of action. It will be St. Francis with the basketball here to begin quarter number 3. So Cassidy Crawford will inbound across the way, and St. Francis will have the basketball as the freshman, Callie Gregory, will bring it up ahead. Crawford now with it here at the charity stripe. Kicks to this near side. Will now get it back in down low. She goes up around the defender and gets the score. And Cassidy Crawford puts St. Francis out to a 1-point lead. As this will be Melby here with it for Huntington. Raby now with it here top. It's just off on this near side, back to Melby. Now down low here to Nelson, trying to get it back to this near side, goes out of bounds, and inbound will come here for St. Francis. As Callie Gregory will bring this one up ahead here for the Cougars. 9:15 left to go here in our third. Once again, we thank you so much for joining us here on the St. Francis Cougars Network tonight. Make sure you join us for a men's contest is set to begin about 20 minutes following the women's one here tonight. Should be another outstanding game on tap as well here later this evening. As McKnight gets the takeaway. The dish down low. Nice find. Cassidy Crawford gets the score. And now St. Francis out to a 3-point lead. Raby will have it here on this near side off to Melby. Melby, the bounce pass, trying to get it in there to Raby off the hands of her. Back-to-back turnovers here for the Forsters. And St. Francis will come the other way with it. As the dish down low, Mansilla goes up. Nicely done. She gets the score. And St. Francis out to a 5-point lead. And a timeout will be called here by Huntington and head coach Darby Maggard. And we will take a short break with them. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center out of the timeout called by the Foresters. St. Francis with a 5-point lead as we will get an inbound here from Huntington right in front of their bench here just below us. And now it will be up top. Melby will dish off now here into the hands of Raby. Back to this near side. Melby will skip all the way across court. Joachim with it here for Huntington. Now going to look to wear down Gregory, and a travel is going to be called. Possession will go back to St. Francis as 3 straight turnovers for the Foresters. And now it will be St. Francis who will take it the other way. That's Gregory. We'll have it here on this near side. Gets a screen from Crawford. Now Gregory will look to drive. Back up top. Crawford here with it on the deck. Splits through traffic. And she goes up and gets the score. Cassidy Crawford with a nice move there and puts St. Francis out to a 7-point lead. Joachim now up top here to Nelson. She'll split through traffic the other way and she gets the score. Gregory will now have it here for St. Francis. With it here on this near side. Gonna look to drive one-on-one here on Joachim. The freshman wins the battle as she gets the bucket for the Cougs. Now Melby will have it here near side. All the way across court. Cullum will dish off. Now back up top here to Raby. Gonna look to drive down low. Couldn't get it to fall. And head coach Darby Maggard wanted a foul call, didn't get it. And the other way, it's Cassidy Crawford once again with the score. Cassidy Crawford now leads the way here with St. Francis, 21 points here for the graduate. Nelson up top. And out of bounds. Possession will go back to St. Francis as they will inbound here. Enjoying a 9-point lead here with 6:26 left to go here in our third. Gregory will have it here now at the top of the key. Crawford, the handoff. Gizzy with it far side. Now back up top. Crawford going to look to drive one-on-one here on Kellum. Back out to Gizzy. Top of the key. Triple. Got it. St. Francis now out to a 12-point lead. 6 minutes left to go here in our third. Raby with it, guarded by Mantilla. Raby will spin. She hangs. Got it. Now Gregory will bring it the other way here for St. Francis. 10-point lead for the Cougars. As Gregory will have it on the far side. Crawford with it here at the top of the key. The handoff. McKnight watches a three. Got it. Chloe McKnight drains a triple at the top of the key. And a timeout will be called here by Huntington. 52-39 lead for St. Francis. And we will step away here momentarily. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live at the Hutzel Athletic Center out of the timeout called by Huntington. 52-39 lead here for St. Francis. As my clock is still rolling. Did not stop at the break, so we'll go ahead and reset it here for you. A little multitasking duties. We'll get an inbound here for Huntington right in front of the St. Francis bench here just below us. As Melby will have it. Now off here to Schenk, the freshman with 12 points here for Huntington back into the contest. And a foul is going to be called. We'll get an inbound underneath here for Huntington. As the foul is called on Gizzy, that's her first. And that's just the first here this third quarter. Skip here near side. Three ball on the way. It's up and good there for Gabi Melby. Gregory will now have it here for St. Francis. Skips here near side to Gizzy. Gizzy looks to drive. Kicks back out. Fordyce now here on this near end. Fordyce going to look to drive. One-on-one here with Nelson. She goes up. Nelson gets the block and knocks it away. She'll pick up her dribble and now take it the other direction. Melby in the corner. Sheets the triple. No good. Board is battled for. Last touched by the Cougars. And possession will stay on this end of the floor here with Huntington. As the officials now going to have a discussion underneath. And we'll get an inbound here from Melby. Schenk now with it. Fakes the handoff here to Kellum. Now back on this near side here with Nelson. Melby back with it far side. She launches a three, no good. And McKnight comes away with the board here for the Cougars. Gregory will now have it here at the top of the key for St. Francis. Picked up defensively here by Sheets. Fordyce now with it at the free throw line here for the Cougs. Fordyce going to look to drive down low. Kicks back here near side. Gregory with it on the drive. Spins. Hangs. Got it. The freshman with the bucket for St. Francis. Now with 6 here for the Cougs. And they are out now to a 12-point lead. Schenk going to work here on Stoddard. Couldn't get it to fall. Nice hands up defense by Stoddard. And now it will be Gregory here with it up top. Gets a screen. Looking for the roll there from Stoddard instead. We'll give it off up top now here to Gizzy. Picks up her dribble. Far side. Stoddard now with it. She'll post up on Shank. Back out to Gizzy. The drive. Nicely done. Splitting through traffic. And she gets the score. 12-point lead here for the St. Francis Cougars, ranked to number 13 in NAIA. Meanwhile, for Huntington, receiving votes in the latest poll. Shank will skip here near side. They'll be now with it. We'll get a screen. She'll jumper from the free throw line. No good. And Gregory comes away with the board here for the Cougars. Now to Gizzy. With it here on this near side, all the way across court. McKnight left open. 3-ball on the way. Couldn't get it to fall. Nelson comes away with the board. Nelson going to look to push up ahead. Euro step move through traffic. Nicely done. The sophomore gets the score. Nelson guarding Fordyce. Both those two saw a lot of each other in the high school days. Taylor Fordyce playing at Carroll. Meanwhile, Annika Nelson at Concordia, both part of the Summit Athletic Conference, as Taylor Fordyce bodies up the defender down low to get the bucket. (58-44) is our score. Now Gregory will go the other direction. 3-on-1. Out to Gizzy, far side. Didn't launch the three. Instead, it's Fordyce. Goes inside here to Stoddard on Shank. Goes up and gets the bucket. And St. Francis now out to a 16-point lead here with 1:35 left to go in our third. It's Kettlem. Skips all the way here near side. Dish down low. We'll go all the way across court. There to Melby. Shank picks it up. Skips here near side. And Kettlem launches a three. Couldn't get it to fall. Rattles in and out. And now Fordyce will go the other way here with it for St. Francis. And she'll look to slow things down here a little bit, as the Cougars enjoying a 16-point lead here over Huntington. Sitting at a perfect 9-0 on the year, 2-0 in Crossroads League play. Nice drive from Fordyce. Couldn't get it to fall. Drew the contact though, and she'll head to the line now to shoot here for St. Francis. A well-designed play there for the Cougars, as all St. Francis players cleared out to the far side. Left a one-on-one matchup here on this near end, and Taylor Fordyce got the blow by down low, was able to draw the contact, and she'll now head to the line here to shoot a pair for the Cougars. First free throw from Fordyce is up and good. Taylor Fordyce, the sophomore guard out of Carroll High School here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, hits both free throws. And now it will be Huntington with the basketball. Samia Stout checks back on here for the Cougs as she replaces Isabella Gizzy. Liv Raby enters the game as well as she replaces Addie Shank. And Kettlem watches a three here on this near side, and Bailey Kettlem drains the triple. Now 4 or 5 from beyond the arc here in this one. Fordyce with it here near side. Drives on Nelson, couldn't get it to fall. Stoddard there for the cleanup. Count it, and one opportunity here for Abby Stoddard. Raby will pick up the foul, and that is going to be her third, team second of the quarter. And so Abby Stoddard will go to the free throw line here to shoot. 1-1. And a foul is going to be called on Huntington behind the play, as Annika Nelson will pick up the foul. That's going to be her second, and that's the team's fourth. And so Cassidy Crawford will come back on here for the Cougs as she replaces Abby Stoddard for St. Francis. And down will come underneath here for Gregory. 30.9 seconds on the clock here at the Hut. We'll see if St. Francis decides to hold for the final shot, as Gregory will have it here near side, guarded by Sheets. Clock now down to 15. Gregory with it at the top of the key. Gregory will get a screen here from Crawford with it here near side. Now Gregory going to look to drive. The freshman reverse lay-in. She gets the score. Inbound here for Huntington. And then did not get a shot off. And St. Francis with a 66-47 lead here over the Huntington Foresters. At the end of 3, we'll step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center, 66-47 is our score. St. Francis with the lead over Huntington as the Foresters will have the basketball and inbound across the way. And this will be Melby who will have it at the top of the key. Nelson here with it. Goes back for side to Melby. Skips all the way across court. Yoakum will launch a 3, no good. And the board comes down now here to Fordyce. And she'll push it across the half-court line. We're going to get a stop clock as I don't think the shot clock resetting. And so the officials will head over here near Sutton, I do believe, to line things up. And we'll get an inbound across the way here for the Cougs with 27 on the shot clock. As Gregory will leave it off here to Taylor Fordyce. We'll have it here at the top of the key. Fordyce here near side, guarded by Nelson. Able to get it off now here to McKnight. Back up top, Crawford. Now back to Fordyce, who gets a screen. Fordyce looks to drive, down low, goes up, couldn't get it to fall, and go out of bounds. Possession will go back to Huntington. .15 left to go here in our fourth. The dish down low. Raby. Double team brought here by the Cougars, and a bucket is good there for Raby. Gregory will have it here at the top of the key for St. Francis. Now to Gizzy with it here on this near side. Gizzy will get out. Down to Gregory with it. Spins, kicks out. Fordyce with it on the far side. Now off to Crawford. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Crawford down low, spins, and a travel is going to be called there on Cassidy Crawford. And possession will go the other way here with Huntington. As the Foresters will bring it up ahead. Now it will be Gregory here with it at the top of the key for St. Francis. On this near side here to McKnight. McKnight will skip all the way across court. Gizzy now with it. Able to dish it off here to Crawford. Double team brought on Crawford. A tie up. Jump ball is going to be the call. And a possession arrow does save St. Francis. And we'll stay on this end of the floor. Julia Mantilla will check on here for St. Francis as she replaces Taylor Fordyce. Inbound will come underneath here from Kelly Gregory. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Taking it in to McKnight. Out to Mantilla. She'll launch a 3. Couldn't get it to fall off the back end of the rim. And Kellum will come away with it here for Huntington. Nelson Now going to look to drive. And it was partially blocked from behind there by Crawford. And now it's going to be Gregory who will take it the other way. Down low here to Mantilla. And offensive foul will be called on Mantilla. And possession will go back the other way here with Huntington. Stoddard will come on here for St. Francis as she replaces Cassidy Crawford. It will be Melby who will bring it up ahead here for Huntington. Dish far side. 3-ball on the way from Melby is no good. And Kelly Gregory will come away with it here for the Cougs. Skips here near side. Now Gizzy here with it. Looks to drive, kicks out. McKnight will launch a 3. Got it. Chloe McKnight. Oh, it's short on the triple. My apologies there. Looked like it went through from my view here near side. Instead, on the other end, that's Joachim who hits the triple for Huntington. And a timeout will be called on the floor. And we will step away here momentarily. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center as it will be St. Francis with the basketball as Kelly Gregory will bring it up ahead here for the Cougars. McKnight will get a screen from Mantilla. Moves it here to this near side. Now off to the freshman here in Gregory. Gregory will pick up her dribble here near side. Shot clock down to 5. McKnight gonna have to launch a 3. Does. Couldn't get it to fall. And the board comes down to Kellum. And we're gonna get a foul called on St. Francis as Julia Mantilla will pick up the foul. That's gonna be her second. Team's second of the quarter. And the inbound will come here for Huntington. Substitution for the Cougs as number 14, Taylor Fordyce, will check on as she replaces number 30 and Abby Stoddard. Kellum with it here near side. Gonna look to drive, Joachim. And the foul is going to be called on Callie Gregory. It's going to be her second. And so this will send Joachim to the charity stripe to shoot a pair here for Huntington. As the Forsters down 14. First free throw for Joachim is up and good. Second one for Joachim is up and good as well. Fordyce will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. The Cougars looking to remain perfect on this season. Currently sitting at 9-0, 2-0 in Crossroads League play. As the trap brought. Fordyce now off to Gizzy. Back far side. The 3 ball from Gregory is no good. Nice board by Mantilla. Shows the strength and she gets the score. Julia Mantilla came out of nowhere, folks. Able to grab the offensive board and put it home. And now Mantilla with 8 points here for the junior. 3 balls gonna bounce home there for Melby. 11-point game. 5:15 left to go here in our fourth quarter of action. It's Gregory with it here for St. Francis. Now off to Fordyce, who will have it at the top of the key. She spins, double team brought. Gizzy now up top. Here to the hands of McKnight. She'll drive, has it knocked away there by Melby. And McKnight able to stay with it. And a foul is going to be called, I do believe, on Huntington. And that will be the case. Kendall Yoakim will pick up the foul. It's going to be her second, team's first of the quarter. And someone inbound will come underneath here for St. Francis. As Callie Gregory will inbound here for the Cougars. Now Melby will push the other way. Out to Yoakim with it on the far side. Trying to dish down low. Able to maintain it as Raby. Skips extra pass in the corner. 3 ball from Kellum. No good. And McKnight comes away with the board here for the Cougars. Gregory will have it here at the top of the key. Able to dish down low. Mantilla, nicely done. She gets the score. And the drive down low is no good. There from Melby, saved to Kellum. And foul is going to be called on St. Francis. Julia Mantilla will pick up the foul for the Cougars. And Cassidy Crawford will come on here as St. Francis picks up their 14th foul. Mantilla will pick up her 3rd. She's replaced now by Cassidy Crawford. This will send Bailey Kellum to the free throw line here for Huntington. Kellum, the sophomore, averaging 88% from the free throw line, hits there on her first. 16.5 points per game here in her sophomore campaign. The sophomore out of Garrett High School. Couldn't hit there on the second. Offensive board for Yoakim. And foul is going to be called. As the foul is going to be on Taylor Fordyce. That's her first. And so this will send Yoakim to the charity stripe as Huntington has now hit the bonus. 4:12 left to go here in our fourth. There'll be a pair of free throws. Now here for the sophomore out of Morgantown, Indiana. Hits there on her first. Yoakim comes into this one 8 points per game, 67% free throw shooter. Hits there on her second as well and makes it a 10-point game. It's Cassidy Crawford will inbound here for St. Francis. Now it'll be the freshman and Callie Gregory who will bring it up ahead. Skips here on this near side here to McKnight. Now Fordyce. Back far side. Gregory, the look down low. Crawford here with it. One-on-one with Raby. Couldn't get it to fall. And now it's going to be Huntington who will come the other way with it. As Kellum dishes off. Travel is going to be called there on Melby. And possession will go back the other way here with St. Francis. 10-point lead here for the Cougs as we are going into crunch time here, folks. As Callie Gregory will bring this one up ahead here for St. Francis. With it here on this near side. Gregory, the freshman, having an outstanding freshman year so far. Couldn't get the reverse lay-in, was able to follow up and get her own board. Now it's going to be Crawford who will dish off now to McKnight here on this near side. McKnight off up top. Gizzy the look down low. Crawford with it. Double team brought. Crawford goes all the way across court. Gregory, the triple, got it! Callie Gregory drains the 3 far side. Nice vision there from Crawford as she saw the triple team come and was able to get it off all the way far side there for the Cougs and extend their lead out to 13. The drive down low, couldn't get it to fall. There could Raby. Now the other direction here with it. This is Crawford out near side. Gizzy the drive, down low, the sophomore gets the score. And a timeout will be called here by the Cougars. They will have one more remaining. Make sure you join us for our men's contest here following this one, as Huntington features Isabella Gizzy, who just made that shot. Her brother is a guard for the Huntington Foresters, transferred out of Marian University. Having an outstanding year here so far. Should be an outstanding battle here in our men's contest. So we'll take a short break here momentarily and come back here watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center out of the timeout called by head coach Jeremy Henney for St. Francis. The Cougars will have one more remaining. Meanwhile, for Huntington, they'll have two. The Foresters will inbound the basketball. Huntington receiving votes in the most recent NAIA poll, sitting at 5-3 on the season, coming off a huge win against Bethel, 67-59. They sit at 1-1 in Crossroads League play. Meanwhile, for St. Francis, 9-0, sitting at 2-0 here at Crossroads League play, looking to remain perfect. Nice defense there by Cassidy Crawford, able to just break up the pass down low as the Foresters were trying to find Raby. And now we'll get an inbound here for Huntington. As Annika Nelson will check on here for Huntington. Joachim will check off for the Foresters. They get it in here to Nelson. Back out far side. Melby now with it, going to drive down low. Goes up and gets the score. And Callie Gregory will now bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Off to Fordyce here on this near side. St. Francis can play with a little bit of clock here, holding a 13-point lead. McKnight, dribble hand off here to Fordyce. Gregory will now have it here at the top of the key. Will have it. She spins, kicks out, up top. Crawford, the triple, got it. Cassidy Crawford drains the three, now with 24 for the graduate. Now the drive, looking for give-and-go action, and it's Crawford who takes it away for the Cougs. Up ahead, far side, McKnight, extra pass. Now up top, here to Fordyce. And Fordyce gonna dribble out. A little bit of time here. 1:05 left to go. 11 seconds here on the shot clock. Fordyce with it here one-on-one with Raby. Couldn't get it to fall, and the offensive board comes down. Now Crawford, the jumper, far side, no good. And the board comes down now here for Raby. Far side, the three ball, no good. And the board comes down now here for St. Francis. As Crawford will slowly dribble this one ahead. And St. Francis inching closer and closer to improving to 10-0 in regular season play. 3-0 in conference play as Crawford with it far side. There is a 12-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As Crawford gets it off, Gizzy will launch a three, no good. And board is knocked out of bounds. We will stay on this end of the floor as a foul is called. And so Callie Gregory will inbound underneath here for St. Francis. As Crawford here with it on this near side. And Crawford gonna just dribble this one out here for St. Francis. Pressure brought by Kellum. And she'll get it off now here to McKnight. And McKnight will dribble this one out, and that is going to be our final. So St. Francis improves to 10-0 on the year and 3-0 in conference play. Meanwhile, for Huntington, they fall to 5-4 and 1-2 in conference play. Taking a look here at the final stats of this one. St. Francis shot 33 of 61 from the field, 7 of 17 from beyond the arc, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Finished the game with 30 total rebounds. Meanwhile, for Huntington with 23. 22 of 48 from the field for the Foresters, 9 of 21 from beyond the arc, and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. 15 turnovers for Huntington and 10 for St. Francis. The Cougars win this one 78-62 here over the Huntington Foresters to remain perfect in regular season play. So we are going to go ahead and sign off. Make sure you join us on our other broadcasts. Until then, you have been watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.